Hi, guys, and welcome back to COR Meets World Season 2. And help me welcome our special guest, Tristan Moore. Hi,
Hi
Tristan.
guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I have not been on a podcast ever, but I listen to podcasts more than I listen to music. So this dream come true.
Oh, first question then before we jump in. What are your favorite podcasts?
Right now, I love Just Trish. Like
Stop.
I love her. Like the way she
Stop.
can ramble. Her podcasts are 3 hours long.
You're joking.
Sometimes.
That's
Yeah.
my number one. I watch
Are you
every
kidding?
episode.
Are you
I have
kidding?
not missed an episode.
Really?
I'm
Okay,
subscribed
I've
to the
missed a
Patreon.
couple. No, you aren't. Do you get the cards?
No, I'm not
Oh, okay.
I'm not that tier. I'm like the $10 tier. Stop. I'm so embarrassed.
Stop. You
So I
shouldn't
get
be.
I get the extended podcast. So instead of like 2 hours, it's like 3.5 to 4 hours
Oh
long.
my gosh.
And then I get the bonus video with her and Oscar where they like do mukbangs and like little fun things.
my
It's so
gosh.
embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed, but I love
I-
it so much.
I love it. I love Oscar. And funny enough, okay, so I have like a picture of Oscar in my head, but don't know what he looks like because I've
Mhm.
never watched the like video version. So like I still don't know what
You
he
have
looks
to
like.
watch the video version.
I know because they like dress up, don't
Mhm. They are always in costume.
Yeah.
And Halloween's October.
I
She's gonna do
cannot
every
wait.
single episode. She's gonna be in costume.
No
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for that. And then also like when she posts like afterwards on her Instagram, like she eats every time. So I
Mhm.
see them.
Mhm.
She's just oh my gosh. And she has
Mhm.
kids now. She's just so wholesome. Like I love her.
Little Malibu and Elvis.
Oh
Those
my
names are
gosh.
so cute. And then like she calls Elvis L.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
And that makes so much
my God.
sense. I mean, like, I feel like she has like celebrity baby names, but
Mhm.
like they make sense. They're not
Right.
like
They're not like crazy and like I don't know. I love Elvis for a girl. That's so cool. Like she's gonna be like when she's like in her teens. Like that's gonna be such a cool name to
Yeah,
have as a teenage
because
girl.
nobody's gonna have your name.
Exactly.
So fun.
Exactly.
She's not gonna
Love her.
find a name tag at the beach, but that's okay.
We kind of got ahead of ourselves, but like it's
did.
okay. Like the tangents are entertaining.
Yeah.
But do you want to tell the audience a little bit about you, your background, how you got to UNC, what you do at
Yeah.
UNC, all those things?
Yeah.
Take a little summary.
So yeah, my name's Tristan. I'm a junior at UNC. And I'm a neuroscience major. I'm originally from Winston-Salem, which is like 30 minutes away from Corey. So
Mhm.
like we're around the same hometown. Yeah, I came to UNC, always been STEM, but I love it. I love science. I love everything about it. But also on the side, I do a lot of brand partnerships and like social media content because I like that balance. Like I like being able to do both, you know? It takes me away from science because science can be like a little overwhelming. But yeah, that's like basically my life. Like I just do science and social media at this point. So
Which is such a cool synergy that we're gonna jump into later.
okay.
But that to me is just so cool. Like when I don't know, like mixing STEM and social media is so niche, but like there's so much there, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. But we'll jump into
Yeah.
those details later.
Okay.
So can we talk a little bit about how we met? Because
Yes.
I remember, but
do
I want to see
you?
if you
Because I
remember.
don't remember.
I do. Because I remember, so we were if I'm not mistaken, did we not meet at orientation?
There's a picture.
Yes, we have a picture together.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So we met before we even got to UNC, really.
Yes, it's in
Yeah.
front of the well. It
Yes,
has like
it's like a
a
0.5.
dark. Yeah.
It's a 0.5.
I just saw it the other day because I was going through my camera roll, like
Mhm.
reminiscing, and I was like, no way, like I
Mhm.
know these people.
I remember because it was me, you, Zoe, Tolu, Jessica.
Yeah.
All of us met that day. And I remember that night. Like, I remember the whole thing because I just thought y'all were so cool. And, like, it was just it made me excited for UNC meeting y'all because I was like, wait, not only are these people of color, but they're people of color that are honors as well.
Yeah.
And they're cool. And I was just like, UNC is going to be amazing.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I was very scared going into a PWI, like not being able to find my people, I guess. Like people
Mhm.
that knew a balance. Like I felt
Right.
like
Right.
I like to like go out, and honestly, I thought UNC was like such a nerd school coming in.
Well, yes.
And knowing that it was like predominantly white too, like that was like a double negative. So
Mhm.
seeing y'all and like hanging out with y'all for that night, and like that was like our first taste of freedom. It was just a little taste.
Exactly.
We
exactly.
literally went to Franklin and went to the worst eating
We went to
spot in
Time Out.
Franklin.
And the thing is, looking back, that wasn't that late. So we had other options, I think, didn't we?
We had sup dogs.
Yeah, like we could have went somewhere else, but we would. Honestly, though, I wouldn't have changed a thing. Like
Oh,
it was the
no.
perfect introduction. Like timeout, like the way we just. It was like we had that first taste of freedom, and we were just like, let's stay up, let's just do whatever, let's explore.
Yes.
Like it was just, it
I,
was so fun.
you know, sometimes I wish I could like relive that moment. I don't want to relive a lot of moments in my
Mhm.
life, but that one's one of them that I really want to relive. Just like, because college just feels like college nowadays, but like first year, freshman year, like
The excitement.
everything was like every single day, like just going to class and walking to class and not having a dress code, like just
Mhm.
everything about college was so like upfront in my mind.
It was so much excitement, and we were so naive. I think.
Yeah.
Like we were just we didn't it was such the uncertainty, the excitement of the uncertainty, the going out, the first taste of really going out in college, and like
Yes.
feeling that rush and just doing
Mhm.
all the things. Like it just felt so like nothing else, and we'll never get that. I personally don't ever see that exact feeling ever existing again,
Me either.
because it's like, when are we ever going to experience that?
It's such like we don't have any more big transitions. Like the next big transition is like what, paying taxes? That's not fun. Like,
Paying taxes and going to work, and
Yeah,
that's
like-
not that's not the excitement.
and I pray I don't have a 9 to 5, but like if I do,
Mhm.
that's not fun.
Exactly.
But like I could just talk about college like all day, like the
Mhm.
beginning of it. And honestly, hot take, I don't think the years after us have had the college experience.
Absolutely not.
Like, where did Pit Pop and Fridays go?
The pit. The thing is, it's Friday right now. This is prime time for pit popping that we
Mhm.
experienced like freshman year. I would just walk by the pit.
Yeah.
Wasn't popping.
I mean, I
so.
don't even go.
Yeah, like I don't really
Like,
go
I
either.
try to circumvent
Yeah,
nowadays.
yeah.
It's not even fun. Like, there used to be, like, DJs out there and, like, I don't know, just everything was happening and just so social for, like, 2 hours straight.
Mhm.
And now, like, what do freshmen do? Like, do they
I
go
don't
to
know.
class and,
I
like,
don't
go
know.
home?
Because I don't know any freshmen.
Me either.
The only freshmen
Very
I know
removed.
are the ones that I play they're on the volleyball team with me, and they're really cool. But it like I mean like I think our experience is just kind of unique, and I don't know why. But
Yeah.
then again, it could be our perspective.
You know what it is, maybe? We were the first year where, like, masks weren't mandated and, like, COVID was, like, fully gone by our time.
So everyone went
And I
crazy.
bet people, like, yeah, for sure. Because that was
Probably.
still where, like, there was 2 years where, like,
Mhm.
1 year, I think the seniors, when we were freshmen, like,
Yeah.
didn't have a school year.
Right.
Like, they were at
Oh,
home.
you're right. You're
Yeah.
exactly right. And then to spin off that, going out culture was so different than I think. Like
Yeah.
when we were freshmen, I don't know if this could also be perspective, so correct me if I'm wrong, but like I feel like when we were freshmen, everyone wanted to go out. Everyone wanted to go out, and everyone was out, and there was 1,000 things to do. You could go to the frats.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to go to the frats, though, you had so many options.
You had so many options. You even just walking outside, like,
Mhm.
and just walking around. But usually, like, Black UNC also had a lot more parties then. Now there's, like, once every 2-3 months.
Literally,
And
and then
there's, like,
everyone goes, and then
Exactly. Everybody goes. It's so hot. Like, it's not even. Well, it is kind
it is still fun. It is
is
so
kinda
fun. Yeah.
It is kind of fun. But, like, Friday, Saturday,
Mhm.
maybe even Thursday. Who knows? But, like, there was so much to do. And now I
Mhm.
just feel like you have to, like, figure out what to do. Like, you have to try so hard to figure out what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I don't know. I've been this semester specifically, I guess this
Mhm.
year, now that we're moving into like junior year. I feel like I've been going to a lot of house parties, like just like my friends throwing little small things. And this is something else I want to ask you about, because this is something
Mhm.
that I'm experiencing right now. It's like a
Okay.
transition between freshman and sophomore year into junior year and being an upperclassman. I feel like I have,
Oh,
but
that
I'm
is so
becoming an adult.
scary. Sorry to cut you off, an
No.
upperclassman.
Well, yes. And the thing is, this is
Oh my gosh, I am.
we have 3 F docs left.
No. Shh.
3.
I'm studying abroad next semester too.
So you have
I
2.
have 2.
Yeah. Oh wait. Before we jump into transitioning, where are you studying abroad?
I'm studying abroad in Australia. Australia, mate.
That is so
Yeah.
cool. Is it Sydney?
I'm so excited. Yes.
That is
University of New
so
South Wales.
cool.
I'm
Wow.
so excited. Like,
No, you should be. I have friends in Australia that I met when I was abroad, and they live in Sydney, and they love it. They were like, if you go to Australia, that's the place to go, because like you get a
yes.
taste of both.
That
You
makes me
get
so excited.
you get a taste of both because you get to experience. This is how they explain it to me. They're like, you get to experience all of the like Australian like culture and things like that, but then you also get like the globalized kind of city, Sydney, so you
like,
don't miss too much, but you
because
still
it's
get to
very like
experience.
translational when it comes to like US and Australia. Like I feel like there's a lot of similarities, but there's also a lot of differences.
Right.
Also, I cannot wait because I'm gonna live near the coast, and I'm fun fact
Beach.
scuba certified.
Oh my God, really?
Yes, I'm gonna try to scuba dive in the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh my God,
That
the
would be
pictures, the
so
pictures.
fun.
I'm excited. I'm already excited for the pictures. I know they're gonna be so good.
I am so excited. I literally applied to this program on a whim, like maybe 2 weeks before the application was due. I was like, I want to study abroad.
Yeah.
And decisions just came out today, so now I can actually
Congratulations!
say thank you. I'm so
Today,
excited. Yeah.
that's amazing. That
Yeah.
is so exciting, and I love to hear when people say they're gonna study abroad because like. That's another thing about being in college. Like we have a very unique opportunity to go abroad, learn something, experience cultures. We don't have to. We're not work. We don't have like jobs. We're not in careers right now.
Right.
And that gives us a unique kind of position to just go and experience things. And I love when people study abroad because I just think take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. That's what I tell everyone to do.
If you can, and like UNC has so many connections to so many different places that like the options are literally endless.
Yeah.
Like.
And the strong connections that UNC has makes it even easier for you to study abroad without it costing so much. And that's what people don't realize. Like, there's a lot of programs where technically you're paying the exact same amount that you're paying at UNC, just in a different country. And people think, a lot of people that I've talked to think like, okay, I can't study abroad because like I can't afford it because I can't, I can barely afford to, go to UNC. Well, I mean, a lot of times like, study abroad is either the exact same price, cheaper, or like a little slightly more expensive. It's not drastically more. So like, take advantage of those opportunities. And definitely take advantage.
Even if it is more expensive, like Australia is like a pretty expensive program, but like if you have like the Pell Grant, I think you can study or apply to this like I tried to apply to it. I don't have a Pell Grant, but it was like through the Instagram of Study Abroad, you could create content for them for a week and they would give you a scholarship.
Wow.
Like things like that where it's like so easy, like that doesn't even feel like a transaction. Like you get to like not only like show your life, but you also get money because of it. That is so fun.
And I would at least just like sit down and like talk to the study abroad office because their resources are endless. I went to London for the freshman year summer, and I had a scholarship already, and then I had like more money. So like like it was like study abroad for me was completely free, and I actually ended up having leftover money. So like that's
so good.
Like you can
oh my gosh.
you can do that for sure. Wow. Like because it was like part of my UNC scholarships coming in was a study abroad specific scholarship.
Okay.
And then I went to study abroad office, and I was like, is there any more resources? Like I mean I don't know, because I was still gonna have to pay for like my flight. I was just like the way I broke down the budget was like, oh, I'll probably just have my flight left over, and then my living expenses will be covered. But I was like, I want another one. Like you can do that.
You can actually do that. And also the application process, it's like, do you want to apply to all these scholarships? You just press yes, and then you make like a 250 word response saying like why you think that you should get any scholarship.
Exactly.
Like it's really not that hard. But
just advocate for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about your translational.
Oh yes. Transitioning into being an upperclassman, like a lot. Like this is something I've been feeling, especially living off campus now and like being at the B school 100% of the time now and having so many responsibilities. It's like I don't feel the rush as much anymore of like I don't know. I was looking back on freshman and sophomore year, and I just felt like I was so adventurous, and I was just wanted to like it didn't matter if I had 4 classes that day, volleyball practice and 2 club meetings and whatever. It didn't matter because I was gonna go out, and I was gonna go out. If I didn't go out, I was gonna hang out with friends. I was gonna do something spontaneous after all that was over, and like I would just do that every single day. But now I realize like my routine now. Like, it was, like, Thursday night. Perfect example was last night. Last night was Thursday night. If freshman year me saw myself go home, take a shower, get into bed with my laptop, and study my textbook on a Thursday night, and I didn't even have to, bro, he would be – freshman year me was like, what are you doing? So, like, that begs the question for you, like, how do you feel about looking back into – being an underclassman to looking into now, do you see that kind of similar transition happening as a student?
Wholeheartedly. wholeheartedly. I feel like such an old woman. I also live off campus now.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go home, my body like kind of shuts down. Like it knows that I'm home. I mean, I'm pulling into the driveway and it's like, okay, cool. Like let's go take a shower. Let's go to sleep.
Exactly.
Because I don't study at my house because I just don't want to like correlate studying and like relaxation. So like I don't really study there, but when I do go home, yeah, it's like a very like shower, skincare, sleep.
Yeah.
But also like my freshman year self like used to go to class and take naps in between her classes. Like would go home to her dorm and take naps and then go to class and then like that was my rally for the night.
Yes.
And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't even stay up past like 11:30 at this point. Like once it hits 12, I'm like dog tired. So like I don't understand how Davis like stays open until 2 a.m. Like who is up doing homework that late? I'm not.
I used to be.
But I am. Yeah, she was a different breed, but also like to be fair, I was a little sheltered as a kid, and I definitely like broke out of my shell first year.
Right.
Like, I
think a lot of people did. Yeah.
I had all the energy to like pent up 18 years of like just wanting to go. Okay, yeah, it's not 18, but but yeah, I just wanted to go out all the time, and also like FOMO was such a big thing in freshman year.
I still get it sometimes.
You know, like FOMO for me, I get it if like my closest friend, because now we have solidified friendships, right?
Yeah.
So you know exactly who you care about is going out. So like, of course, if my like 3 close friends are going out, yes, I do. You will be there, and I will have FOMO. If I don't go out. But if everybody is going to this party and my crew isn't there, like, I don't care anymore.
My crew, let's go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My crew, let's stay home if we want to study. Like, there's also, like, there's just so many factors nowadays. Like, freshman year, you can, like, basically mess up your classes or, like, not go to class and, like, you know, bounce back. But, like, we have a GPA to uphold at this point.
We have jobs to obtain internships.
We have no more gen eds. We have all these classes, like you're in the B school, I'm taking like chem, like hard level chem and bio classes. Like, no, I don't think so. So yeah, it's a lot has changed, but I'm also very grateful for it because it just means that I've matured.
Exactly. So, and that's what I was getting to. Like that transition is just growing up. And it's like when I was moving, I think it was the first week of this year, and I was just like, I'm not a kid anymore. And
You're
like
not a kid.
And like I just
Are you 20?
Yeah.
And you're 20 at that. Like you're not even 20? A teenager.
You're 20?
You're not even a teenager anymore. Like
no, I cried on that's the first birthday I've ever cried on.
Yeah, I have a video on my phone of me crying.
On your 20th?
Yeah. 12 a.m. it hit. I was like, no. I say that like my prefrontal cortex is developing fully. I know it develops at 25, but like I just sometimes I'm like I really have inhibition now. Yeah. Like, I really, like, think about things before I do them.
Yeah, like, you're self-aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel different. Like, this is new. But, yeah, I'm okay with, honestly, staying home and, like, you know, hanging out with my friends more. Because, like, now I'm also getting to that point where FOMO is not as important as hanging out with my close friends. Because at the end of the day, like, all of my friends, we want to like go into the same medical field, but like we are not going to be like together, you know? Like we all want to go different places and we all want to travel the world and all these things, and there's a really good chance that we won't see each other again for a really long time unless we like plan girls trips or we go to each other's graduations in the future, but that's like so limited.
Right.
So
and that's what I was kind of thinking about, like even when it comes to like my housemates that I see every day, all day, like it's just like I was thinking, I think I mentioned this to one of them, like I was just like, when we graduate, like we're not gonna see each other. And like a lot of like I'm going to New York obviously after graduation, but like and a lot of people will be there. But I was like, even the people that I know, even my close friends that I know are also going into Manhattan with me, we're gonna be working. We're working late. Like it's not like
oh my gosh. Wait, pause. Manhattan? You're gonna have the time of your life.
Yeah,
oh
I'm excited. And that's what I was just thinking. I was thinking that though, like, think about the amount of like social and free time we have now. Like, even when we're studying, it's sometimes social time. Like, we're with our friends.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Like, usually my hangouts with people are studying because like I don't have time to just like go out and like do things. Oh my gosh, I love studying at 1922, like the coffee shop on Franklin. So their coffee is so top tier.
Yeah,
it's $6 per cup, which it hurts.
Yeah.
But I get it every time.
But that's any coffee shop now, though.
That is true.
Yeah.
Except for Meantime. Meantime has really good prices.
Really?
They're like $4 to $5.
Oh, they're on campus, right?
Yeah.
Have you been to Gray Squirrel Coffee?
Yes, and why are they $7 per cup?
But the vibe. The outdoor vibe, I love it.
I do like the outdoor vibe. The inside vibe is a little sketch. Why are the tables like 2 inches wide?
Yeah, no, I don't like the indoors.
I'm a sprawl outer. Like my computer, my iPad, my water bottle,
even a
my
notebook
elbows.
maybe.
Yeah, like something like. I like them. They're also a little far, but I did go there over the summer and it was really nice. But
yeah. Oh, you were in Chapel Hill over the summer, right?
Yes,
what were you doing?
I was working as an intern in a lab.
Oh yes, I knew
lab.
that. I knew that.
Yeah, through the McAllister Heart Institute. It was like a really good summer. Like they took us to Chicago for like a conference, and it was my first conference where I could like research, like post my research and like talk about it. So it was so nice. Like
that sounds so fun. I remember watching your I don't know if it was your close friends on Instagram or your Snapchat story. It was something that you were posting on.
Oh my gosh.
Was it your close friends?
It was my close friends
yes.
because hot take, I think Snapchat should be ended by 18.
Okay, no, that's fair. I'm still on it. But like I don't
judge. I just like personally
that's fair.
I was talking to somebody and they were like, "Oh, you should get Snapchat back. Like it's so fun to snap back and forth." And I was like, "We will never have a real conversation."
I think it depends on how you use it. Like personally, I like to keep all my I have a private and I have a big private. But I like to Yes.
Oh my gosh, I only have Snapchat on my phone because there are certain people in my life that I want to see their private.
That's why I have it.
Yep, and they use more Snapchat than close friends. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And everyone's always on Snapchat watching stories, so I like to have my private story on. And I like to have my private story available at all times. Like when I'm doing something, I'll just be like, "Hey guys, I'm doing this," or I'll even ask them for advice. Like it's like having a huge group chat of 70 people where I can just I like that aspect.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to be on it, guys. Like I am the biggest Corey fan. Like
stop.
We just started following each other on TikTok, and TikTok does that weird thing where they'll show you every video that they've ever posted. So I just keep liking his videos, and I'm just like, I love him. So you're so creative. Like we were talking about this before. Like you were just so creative, and it just I can't fathom how you make up these funny videos.
I just do stuff. That's the thing. I literally don't even see it as creativity or whatever. I genuinely I've just gotten to a point, I think, and it's not something that just happened overnight or I was born. Well, some of it was I was born with, but I think living in the South, being the type of person I am, and then going into college, I kind of started building on my experiences and then just doing what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And I think it takes a lot of people a long time to get to that point, but I'm just to the point now where it's I have so much peace that I literally just do. I'll pick up my phone, make a TikTok, laugh at my TikTok, and post it, and people will love it. And I'm just that's great.
You're a professional content consumer, so why not be a professional content creator?
You watched that video?
I'm telling you, I'm a fan.
Guys, she just quoted me. That's insane.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm a Tristan fan, though. I'm not even joking. You can literally, I watch everything that you do. I'm not, when I saw you, when I'm even on LinkedIn, I literally was in your LinkedIn comments. I'm in her LinkedIn comments. I'm in her TikTok comments. I'm in your Instagram comments. I am everywhere. I am a fan of Tristan. And I love when people, I love when we have, when I can be genuinely impressed by someone and, be their friend. We're friends. I'm so impressed by you.
You have a podcast, you have so much going for you, and it's just so nice to be surrounded by people that are just as driven, which I really like about
it's motivational.
Yeah, because, and it's not I thought that when I was around successful people, coming from being a big fish in a small pond in high school, I didn't really, not saying I didn't have competition, but it was people didn't really try. They knew that they wanted to go to community college, and that was fine. But
it's
knew
okay
that
to say you didn't
go.
have competition because you didn't. I don't think either of us did.
That's true. I mean, we were in Winston, but
yeah.
But where was I going with this? I basically coming here, I thought I was gonna be really intimidated by all the successful people around me, but like you said, it's just motivation, and you feel so good about your friends because, like you said, oh my gosh, that is my friend. I know them because we're all going places somewhere. You know what I mean? So to say yeah, I went to college with him. Yeah, I went to college with her, and now she's doing this, and we're still close. How cool!
And the thing is, I feel like obviously everyone feels like this, but I feel like it's something different about not only our class, but the class, our class, the two classes before, and the two classes before us.
Mm-hmm.
Something feels different, and I think like there's certain people where I think they're gonna be president. Like I'm not even joking. I think they're either gonna be president or I think they're gonna be huge political figures. I think that there's gonna be a lot of celebrities. I'm not like you and Layla to me. You know Layla?
The one that does Pervel Chapel.
She's a Mijo major. She does like cycling. She's a cycling
Okay,
instructor.
yes.
Yeah. You and Layla.
Cycle bar. I
Yeah.
just said Pervel.
I was like, wait. But you and
Sorry.
Layla to me are my like influencers / celebrities, and then like I see all the celebrities now, and I can so see you two being celebrities.
Oh my gosh.
And like it's just something about our class. Like there just feels like there's so many special people, and it's like so unique to me.
Yeah.
And I just look around and I'm just like, everyone's killing it.
Yes.
How?
Everybody is like on their grind. Like nobody is like slacking, and like everybody that's in their certain field like takes it and runs with it. Like they don't do the bare minimum. They go over and above every single time. But thank you so much. Like that is so
And I genuinely mean,
sweet.
like, you can literally ask anyone. I think there's been times where I literally will I've yapped to my housemates about you, about my friends. Like
No, I was
absolutely
so
love you
impressed by
guys.
Layla's vlog that was like
Which one?
featured on the cycling bar like Instagram. It was an ad on Instagram.
Yes. I think I did see that.
And I was like,
I did see
this
that.
is like, I would click through this and I would watch this ad and like,
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't know her, like, so influencer status.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a clean video and like, just everybody is so talented on
Yeah.
this campus.
There's a lot of people that just have the it factor, and it's something you can't. And this is gonna sound like some. I just feel like there's maybe. I just feel like there's some things you're born with, and some things there's learned traits, and there's traits that you were born with, and like that it factor that I see in y'all is just like you can't replicate that. You really can't. Which leads me to my next point with like talking about how. I mean, the people may not understand why I think this way about Tristan, but we're going to dive into why now. Because there is so many things about Tristan that are just so impressive that it's just kind of like, how do you operate?
It's not even my blush anymore, guys. I'm just my red.
Because it's like, I saw now you're working with Stanley.
Yeah.
You obviously you've been working with Good Molecules for a while now as like an ambassador for them. You're doing amazing things in the STEM field. Like you did research this summer, and like not only research, but from what I read on your LinkedIn post, it seemed like it was like groundbreaking research in STEM. Like this was like you're actually pioneering research, and that's amazing. Yeah. And Uber won. Like,
yes,
what? How are you also, like, I just want to talk about the balance that you're striking between social media and being an ambassador for all of these top brands, not small brands. This isn't Shein. Like, you're
that was a hot take.
these aren't Shein. Like, these are huge brands. And, like, you're balancing that with not only being top of STEM, like on the top of a STEM field, but also doing things outside of class in STEM. Like I want to talk about what exactly that looks like for you, how you got to that point. Like there's gonna be a lot, but kind of like how you pull from your background, like your high school and childhood background that led you into those interests and passions, and then building off of that, kind of how you hope to use all of this to achieve your ultimate goal, which I want you to reveal.
So all my life I've been very creative. I've always liked a creative outlet. In high school, like I used to take like science classes, like nursing fundamentals, and we used to have to make these like flip books about like how to like take care of a patient and like how to do like bedside care and like just different care, like types of care in the medical field. And you can make a presentation, like a PowerPoint, or you can make something physical. And I always chose to like make something physical so that I could like cut paper and like draw and do calligraphy and all this stuff. So I loved being creative. I loved having that creative outlet. And I think it's so important to have something on the side that you love to do, because STEM and science can get really, really, really hard and really stressful very quick. And so being able to implement things that like you have fun on just lightened the mood a little bit more. And then also as a kid, actually for my, I think I was 8, for that Christmas, I got a camcorder. I still have it, actually. The videos that I make now, like the video montages, I use that camcorder.
Really?
Yes, because, and I also have my mom's old digital camera. So like nowadays and before, I used to love making YouTube videos. Oh my gosh, I just thought about for a year I made YouTube videos on this camcorder. I never could post them because my parents wouldn't let me.
Oh,
but
you still did it.
Yeah, like I used to be an avid Minecraft player, so I used to set up my camera like on the screen, because like screen recording wasn't a thing back then. I was like literally 9, I think. But I was taking and recording my screen on the camcorder and recording myself on my iPad. And then I was like going into iMovie and like trying to like mesh these together to make like Minecraft Let's Play videos, blind box unboxing videos, like anything that I loved, I videoed. And I just had so much fun doing it. And I think that that's just always been something that I've liked, just not something that I like want to pursue fully, or maybe not even that, like just I love science a lot more. So I kind of dropped that when I got to college, and like I just focused on science. But like I said, I got really stressed out, and so in my free time, the time that I made that was free, I, like I said, I just made these videos and just different things. Like sometimes I have like get ready with me videos in my phone right now that will never be posted, but they're just because I love making videos and I love editing and I love that creative aspect. So yeah, that got me to kind of where I am right now. I joined these different like sister companies, I would call them, called Campus Trendsetters, Her Campus, and College Fashionista. I don't know if you've heard of them, but I applied on a whim. Like I didn't know what they did. I just knew that like it sounded cool. It was like a networking like thing that I could meet other potential like content creators, and I liked content creation, and they said that they had opportunities, so I was like, okay, let me apply. So I apply, I get in, and then they start sending like opportunities, and it's like with like Sol de Janeiro and like Uber now and like all these different brands. I'm like, I am so removed from this. I only thought big influencers could get these types of brand deals. And they were just gifting campaigns, but all I had to do was apply to them, get accepted, and then they would send me product.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right.
Yeah.
But then they also had incentives. So while it was a gifting campaign, you weren't required to make content, but if you wanted to, you could. So I posted, I think last year, I worked with Sol de Janeiro with a gifting campaign, but I chose to like do the incentive. And I think that really pushed me forward, because it showed that like I'm kind of going the extra mile.
Right.
So that's kind of how I got the other brand deals like Uber and Stanley. I think that like my presence on social media was like very small but very strong at the same time. Like I didn't have millions of followers, but I knew how to make content from my past, and then I also like took the extra mile to do it even if I didn't have to.
Right.
So that's kind of how I got those bigger brands, and now I'm blessed to say that like brands are reaching out to me now because of that, and like such a surreal moment.
Yeah.
Like a brand reached out to me a couple weeks ago to do like a brand partnership, and I thought it was fake. I mean they got my business email. That means they clicked my link tree.
Yeah.
I made a link tree.
Yeah.
So that was just crazy. Like and then also like Amazon influencers, they reached out to me, and like we did that dinner, and I think that really pushed me forward too, because a content creator came, her name's Alyssa, and she was just giving a lot of tips about how to make better content. I implemented those like now, and I have seen like my analytics do better, so that's really nice. And then also Good Molecules, I can't forget my foundation.
Yes.
My foundation, like Good Molecules is actually so funny, because I think I was on LinkedIn or Indeed 2 summers ago, so summer 2023. I was working in my lab that I'm not in right now, the lab that I was in before. Again, doing that science, but I also wanted like something that honestly was gonna make me like good money, but I was also gonna have fun with, you know? So I'm scrolling on LinkedIn, and I see like a job application for Good Molecules ambassador. And like, you know, LinkedIn, sometimes they can have like fake things that like you'll apply and like you'll get scammed.
Right.
So I got scared, but I was like, you know what? they don't have all my information. Let me just apply. So then I apply, and then a few weeks later, like, somebody comes back to me and is like, hey, we want to interview you for this spot. And I'm like, whoa, this was real.
Yeah.
So then I get on the interview, real person. Love Kristen. She's my boss to this day, and I just love her so much. But she interviewed me. I got in, and like the rest is history. Like then I got to do events on campus, and I posted that on LinkedIn. I got to do things with homeless shelter, like women's shelters nearby, where we gave out product, and like I posted that on my LinkedIn too. And just like tried to spread the word about Good Molecules as much as I could. Like again, going above and beyond, I feel was like that's been a theme. Like I feel like we've talked about before, UNC people are so driven, and I think it drove me to like do a lot and try to get the most out of these programs. And so yeah, now I'm just like, you know, working with brands. I love it because it's just so fun to like make content on the side and just have like an outlet, like just to like chill. Like the other weekend I was making content for Uber, and I was going out that night, and like literally I was making a get ready with me. I'm getting ready, like of course, like I'm already getting ready, but it was so fun to just talk to a camera for the next 30 minutes. And I used CapCut to edit.
Me too.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, I love CapCut. So I just edited the video real quick, and boom. Like it's so easy. You get to work with brands, and you still get to have like a platform. Like you get to grow your platform in the process,
and it's benefiting you,
and it's
in more than one way,
and it's benefiting other people. Like something that I love about content creation and being specifically a Good Molecules ambassador, it's been so rewarding. Something why I want to go to the medical field in general is because I just of course want to help people. I want to have that like relationship with people where they'll come back to me and like tell me like thank you for helping, and like that's just such a rewarding experience, and that's like I feel mainly why I do the things that I do with these brands, because specifically Good Molecules, it's skincare. It's about like having hardships with your face, and like acne is like it's so detrimental to your confidence, you know what I mean? And I had a lot of problems with my skin in high school, and so going into this, like I had a vision that I wanted to like make a change on UNC's campus when it comes to skincare. And somebody just came to me the other day and said like, thank you so much for helping me make a skincare plan and sending me skincare because my skin is cleared up. And like I didn't do anything but put their address in like this workbook, and fulfillment sent out a box to them, and I helped like figure out like which products she needed and all this stuff. But like that transformed her life.
You still had such a big impact without, Yeah,
and I feel like that's what keeps me going is like it's not the money, it's not the like fame or like being like having more followers. It's literally about like what change am I making on this campus that I can like continue to do, you know what I mean?
Which is so cool.
Yeah. So I feel like I don't know if I went in a circle, a squiggly line. I don't know.
It was no. That's exactly like you didn't. There's no right way to answer like such a broad question, but you answered it perfectly by explaining your experiences and giving us, you know, just giving us your experiences and how that shaped you and like, you know, the impact that you're having, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So kind of like, I guess my last question is, how do you plan to tie those experiences in to your ultimate goal in STEM?
Yeah, can we also touch on like how balancing is affected?
Oh yes, that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer your question first though. So yeah, in the future, actually, I have a plan now. I used to just be like, I'll just like work with Good Molecules still and like work with brands, but to mesh these two things together, because I love them both so much, I think I'm going to start a series on my Instagram or social media in general about like kind of explaining like molecules and different compounds in skincare and like explaining like what they mean.
That is so cool.
Wouldn't it be? Like,
that is amazing.
I'm in Orgo right now, and like I don't know, I feel like I have like not the
enough knowledge.
Yeah, enough knowledge, I guess, to like have some truth and validity to what I'm
so
saying.
Cool. That would be such a good series for TikTok and Instagram, like to just share that information. I think people would be so interested and so tapped in.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to like jargon is like, I don't know why we put these big names on these bottles, like or like put a QR code that will like explain what this word means, but like nobody's going to know that word unless like you literally are well versed in chemistry. So I feel like being able to be an outlet where people can come and see what they're putting on their face, because putting something blindly on your face is like crazy. I wouldn't even do that, you know what I mean? So like being able to be that person that people can come to and like ask like those questions that like might be embarrassing, or they might not want to ask, or it's hard to figure out an answer online because there's a lot of sites that like might lead you the wrong way. That would be like so nice, so rewarding, and fun. Like that is so fun.
Number one, fun. Like you're fun. I like how the things you're doing, you're not just doing them for like you said, like money or like status or to get somewhere. You're doing it because you genuinely are passionate about it. And I think it's so important in college, and this is something that I always hold myself accountable for, to strike that balance. Like obviously we're all like in different ways, we're all climbing a ladder of success. But like I think for college students, it's so important to realize like there's a difference between climbing the ladder to success by any means necessary and climbing the ladder of success and staying true to yourself. And like when you do that, you have results like Tristan. Like, you have results. I'm saying, like, you find genuine success and genuine impact versus just climbing a ladder to get like a job title or to get an increase in salary or to end up in a certain city. Like there's a big difference between staying true to yourself, staying true to your passions and goals, and just doing things because you want to accomplish something.
Totally agree. I had a big reflection point recently where I was kind of reflecting on how I felt in the moment, because honestly, like, I'll go into it a little bit more later, but balancing this is not as easy as I put it on social media. It is not easy to be a full-time student taking 6 STEM classes and then also making all this content. And there are days that are way harder than others. There are some days where I literally can't even look at a camera. Like, I can't look at that stuff. There's some days where I don't want to do homework at all. Like, there are ups and downs, but I had to remind myself of like how far I've come and where I'm gonna go, and just kind of put myself in the moment, because like we were talking about earlier, we're about to grow up. Like this is prime time to like stay in the moment, because soon we won't be in that moment anymore. And I also wanted to think, like, I started thinking about like, I feel bad right now, but a few months ago I wanted all these brand deals. I wanted to be reached out by brands, and I'm still not feeling fulfilled. You will never feel fulfilled. Ever. You could literally be the richest person on earth. Like, money doesn't buy you happiness is such a true phrase, because, I got into UNC. It was my top school. I'm stressed here. I feel ungrateful. I feel like I don't want to be here. Not fulfilled. Want all these brand deals. I'm only working with Good Molecules at the time. Want all these brand deals. Finally get all these brand deals. I'm so stressed because I have to make all this content. I'm not fulfilled. Like, I had to kind of change my perspective. They say when you change your perspective.
Exactly. No, genuinely. I think I've had the similar moment.
Yeah,
exactly.
You have to change your perspective and know that you will never feel fully fulfilled. So why not just take in the moment how it is,
I think I agree to a certain extent because of societal pressures. It's so hard for us to feel quote unquote fulfilled. But I think the true fulfillment comes when you find that inner peace and you become satisfied with who you are. And that's when, like you were saying, I wanted to get into UNC, got into UNC. I wanted brand deals, got brand deals. Those external things is not what's going to lead to your fulfillment. And I think in college, and especially going back to our original point about that transition from underclassmen to upperclassmen, that's another part of it. Realizing that these external accomplishments and these external wants and quote-unquote needs that aren't really needs, that we shape as needs due to our experiences and societal pressures, those external things is not what's going to lead to our fulfillment at all, ever. It's all internal. It's all in here, and it's all in being able to define yourself without the things that you can accomplish, but instead defining yourself based on genuine self-love, genuine self-confidence, genuine, like, genuinely not needing to be better than anyone else other than the person that you were yesterday.
Right, exactly. And And just also, you don't want to go and like get to your end goal and then look back and be like, I stepped on everybody's back to get here. I was so ungrateful. I was so mad at the world, but I'm here. Like I would feel so guilty, and I wouldn't even feel like I deserved it.
Exactly.
That's like the biggest imposter syndrome ever. Like so I really want to make sure that like the road that got me there is also as fun as the part that I want to get to, you know?
Exactly.
So
because now is the time. Like you
Now
said,
is
going
the
back to your original point,
time.
now is the time.
we are in prime time. Like, we are adults, but we have a lot of freedom. We don't have like we don't have like responsibility, like that much responsibility, but yet we can do so much with our lives. So like, take advantage of it, be happy about it. Like, honestly, I feel like college is better than high school.
Oh,
Some people like high school more, and I'm just like,
those are the people that peaked.
they peaked in high school.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
okay too. I mean,
They're jingling their keys on the campus.
oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh my god, that's so funny actually.
Yeah. No, actually, oh my gosh, side tangent. So today I was supposed to go to my high school. Actually, I used to cheer in high school, and it was alumni night because it's their homecoming, and I was supposed to go, and I felt kind of like a peak in high school type person, because I was like, me going to a high school football game at the age of 20 is a lot.
20? You're 20?
Yeah, I felt like I was like, at least I'm going for a purpose.
Yeah.
It didn't work out, but yeah, I just love those people. But yeah, college is way better. It's just like I said, so many opportunities, and like these brand partnerships that I'm doing are not hard to get. Yes, I had to make a platform to get the bigger names, but like getting good molecules and just getting those gifting campaigns is not hard, because you are a college student and they want college people to like be exposed to the brand more, so they're gonna pull in college students that can like expose the brand, you know what I mean? So so easy and like so rewarding at the same time. It's the best of both worlds. Love it.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So ultimately, like, career wise, where do you like after graduation? I'm assuming, are you going to med school?
I'll get to it after.
Okay. That's yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
yeah. So I have actually been at a toss-up right now, but my true plan is that I'm pre-MD PhD. So yes, kind of pre-med. So MD PhD is basically where you go and you do your med school degree for 2 years, but it's usually 4, right? And then you take a pause and you get your whole PhD done in 4 to 6 years. And then you go back to med school for your last 2 years, do residency and all that stuff.
Wow.
So it's a long process. It's like a 7 to 10 year process, but I love being in school, so that's not really the problem. But yeah, ultimately I want to be a forensic pathologist, which is like so different than like anything that I'm doing right now. Basically like doing autopsies, being an expert witness, like doing things like that. Like, I love true crime, but I think it's like more.
Wow.
Like, I love true crime.
You know something I'm noticing throughout this episode? You're very good at understanding what you like. You have such a good grasp of yourself. And I think that like it just reflects throughout this entire episode. It reflects through everything you do, through everything we've talked about. Like, you have another level of self-awareness like that I've never seen before. Genuinely.
I mean, I really, but it came with like a lot of barriers, obstacles, mistakes, like to know what I didn't like, you know? So, but yeah, I feel like I definitely know what I want to do, because when I think I want to do something, I make sure that I want to do it. So, like, for instance, like, with this forensics pathology stuff, like, forensics is not really big at UNC at all. Like, we don't have, like, a major. We don't have classes at all. But I did take one class, and it was, like, a criminal justice class, which, so, kind of. But I loved it. And so now in Australia, I'm taking all forensics classes so that I can have, like, because I don't want to go into a field and be like, oh, I thought I wanted to do this and I really don't want to spend all that money, all that time, and then like figure out that you don't want to do it. So like, definitely trial and error has helped me get where I am about like how sure I am about things. And then also just going with the flow.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, like being so strict on yourself. I used to be like so strict in high school about like I have to do everything to a T, but knowing that like nobody's done anything to a T. They just like succeeded at the end because they did what their path told them to do, you know what I mean? They're not like, there's no book.
There's no book of life.
If there was
Yeah.
a book, I would be reading it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's no book to tell you what to do. So all you have to do is make mistakes.
Exactly.
So.
And learn from them. Don't let. And I think that's what separates a lot of people who give up and a lot of people who are ultimately so successful. It's like, don't look at a mistake as something that knocks you down or a reason to give up. Look at it as a learning experience. And all these things, all these things from a listener's point of view is going to sound so cliche. But like, it's like that's part of growing up to me, is like realizing that a lot of these sayings that we've heard that sound so cliche, like all the things we just said, it sounds so cliche to us. But like, I think growing up and the older I get, the more I realize, yeah, it sounds cliche, but you're not doing them. And then when you start to implement them, you understand how important they are. Right. And I think that's kind of a point that we're getting to. Right. Like, it's like, as if you would have told freshman year me the advice that I give, because like I'm also, something else that I've been working toward is like helping a lot of business school students with recruitment, and I'm taking, like I've been very much like mentoring a lot of freshmen and sophomores coming in, and I just catch myself sometimes saying the most cliche things. I'm like, if I would have said this to freshman year me, he would have been like, bro, get out of my face. But like, genuinely, it's a difference between looking at something like, that's so cliche, whatever, and being like, wait a minute, let me actually try to implement this and see. It's a completely different ballgame.
I think we're also very similar. Like, you give the vibe that you also have to go through it before you can actually understand it. I also rolled my eyes at all those cliche statements, and I was not going to take anybody's word for it. But once I actually went through it, like, I'm very hard-headed, I guess. Yeah. Like, then I was like, oh wait, like you're right. Like, these are true, and like implementing them afterwards is like, I feel like even if somebody didn't even go through the things like that made those sayings true, like it wouldn't hit the same. You know what I mean? You have to go through the hardships to get to where you can be like your best. Right. Like, mistakes are so important, and I think STEM has knocked me down so much
that you're resilient.
I know that mistakes are actually important because like I've made so many of them, like, because it's a hard field. Like, I mean, you're supposed to make mistakes. Like, that's how some research was like discovered. Like, hello, penicillin.
And like, you're big in research. Like, it's all
exactly.
Yeah. And it's just like, the more you talk, the more amazed I am by how your experiences tie into. Okay, I think I know what it is, because this is something that I'm starting to connect the dots here. So this is something that
I was talking like this.
Yeah, because like, I think, so going into, this is going to, bear with me, I'm going to take you on a journey. Okay. So going into sophomore year, as a business school major, all the B school majors know, people say being a B school major is easy. I will die on this hill. It's such a stereotype, but I'm gonna tie this all in real quick. So they say that, but I would die on the hill that business school, being a B school major, and trying to recruit and get a top firm makes the business school in Keenan Flagler one of the hardest paths you can take at UNC. And I will die on that hill. But this is what I'm about to lead into. Going into sophomore year, I recruited heavily. Like, I did a lot of recruitment. It took a long time to get where, I am today. Yeah. And something that I learned about interviewing is the concept of a personal brand. And it took me a long time to get there. And that's what I think keeps amazing me about Tristan. And that's why I think I keep saying like, oh, like all your experiences are tied so much into the person that you are, and you allow that to shine. And that's literally the definition of a personal brand. And it took me 2 years of recruitment to finally understand that concept and to implement it into my own life. And I'm seeing it shine through you.
That is so good.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
The hierarchy of like, what are the needs? Like that hierarchy.
The Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yes, I've hit it. I've hit self-actualization, guys. Like that comment. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like,
that's what it was this whole time. I was trying to figure it out.
Dude, like, so Good Molecules. I owe it all to Good Molecules. Like a session in there. I won't go too into it, but like basically they set us up for success, and like that's where I first learned about personal brand and like that I needed one to stand out. And yeah, like just doing things that you like will make you grow into your personal brand. Like, you don't have to like, oh, I gotta do this and then I gotta plan this. Like, just do what you like to do, and that will shine through. It's just like being you.
Be yourself. So I'll
Be
never forget.
yourself. Live, laugh, and love.
I will never forget though. Like I remember, I was recruiting at JP Morgan. Obviously, that's where I am going to be next summer. And I was recruiting
Such
at
a
JP
flex.
Morgan.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there next summer.
So catch me in New York.
That is such a flex. Oh my goodness.
You know what's so crazy? I was in a super day. So I had 3 interviews back to back in New York in their office, and I was on my 3rd interview. And you know, for these interviews, they have your resume printed out in front of you. He looked down at my resume, skimmed through the whole thing, got to the bottom where it said interest, and I just had like club volleyball in there because I play club, and he was like, you play club volleyball. He was like, what's your vertical? And then it was just such a funny little, you know, like start to the interview.
Mm-hmm.
And I kid you not, we literally talked about volleyball for 10 minutes out of the 30-minute interview.
Yeah, and that's how you get the job too.
That's a part of it though. Like, it's not necessarily about the things that you think it's about. It's about being a human being. Yeah. It's about being someone that people can not only see themselves in, but see a person that they would want to be around. Like, see, like, you know, like, it's not.
Yeah. Authenticity. And
like, that's what you have.
Thank you.
That's what you have, and it's so important.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree with everything that you said. Like, personal brand is so real. And it's, like, hard to figure out your personal brand when you don't have one yet, or you're figuring yourself out. But, like I said, those trials that you're going to go through and that you're going to face, and most of them will be horrible, and, like, you never want to go through them again. Like, that shapes you, because as much those mistakes are helping you shape your path as much as the, like, successes and like what
if
you
not
want
more.
to do. Yeah, because you're blocking off roads that you don't have to go down anymore. Or you saved yourself from, because that path might have like led you down something crazy, you know what I mean? So yeah.
So I guess my last question is, to wrap us up, is, you know, we talked a lot about college and a lot about our college experiences. So if you could go back to that day, that moment that we met at orientation, and you could say one thing to that version of Tristan or that version of Corey, what would you say?
What would I say? Good luck.
That's good.
Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you, but I don't. Just like chill out, because honestly, you're thinking about it too much. At least Tristan was. She was thinking about, how am I gonna make friends? How am I gonna do good in my classes?
Corey was too.
How am I gonna like transition correctly? Am I gonna make friends? Like, chill out. Like, it's so easy to say it now because like I'm fine.
Yeah.
But
well, are we actually? Are we ever?
No.
Will we ever be?
But yeah, just like live in the moment. I cannot stress it to you this enough. Like, or anybody that's watching, like, living in the moment, because it's gonna be over. We have one more milestone left, may I add.
Oh my God, don't.
One more.
Graduation.
And then, like, the milestone is what, turning 30?
I guess getting married and having kids, which is, God.
My marriage timeline. Let me wrap it up real quick. So recently, we've had our school talk. This is fun now, fun talk. I made a 2024 dating wrapped presentation. Just to like commemorate
all the people you dated,
all the people that I've dated, all the people that I've like, just all of my dating experience in 2024.
Okay.
And it has really shown me that I definitely lived in the moment. But it was so fun. Like,
we're gonna have a whole segment on dating at UNC.
Oh my gosh, invite me back and I will.
Cause Jesus, like, I had I don't know. I feel like I talked about this in season 1. Like, I more so had a realization that, like, and I don't want to say this in a cocky way at all, but it's just like, you have to recognize, when you get to that point of self-awareness and you really understand the person that you are and you're really comfortable with who you are, it changes dating for you.
Yeah.
Because it makes you realize, like, this person wish you well, but like, this would never work.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
But I brought up the dating rap because, like, some of those people that I knew it wasn't going to work out, they were such good people, like, to have fun with. I have memories with them now that, like, they are, like, friend memories now.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
well, yes.
you weren't the candidate.
Yeah.
The right one. But, like, I had so much fun with you, like just doing things. Like, if we went, like, one time, like, we went hiking or something. I don't like hiking. But it was, like, an experience, you know? And I was, like, in the moment, you know? So, like, living in the moment has made me appreciate life a lot more, both in dating and friendships and life, like just having that time to reflect and be like, dang, I really am here.
Yeah.
And like, to wrap up, I guess, like telling my future self, like, just be proud of yourself where you are, you know, like you're fine.
That's so, oh my God. Like, I think that means so much to hear. Because, like, wow, be proud of yourself. That is so strong. And I think a lot of college students would say the same thing. Like,
especially
to hear that.
at UNC.
At UNC,
the
to hear
competitive
that.
environment that it harbors, like, just be proud of yourself where you are, because you'll be proud later. You know yourself. Gosh, I have so many things I would say.
Yeah.
Like, you know yourself as a person. You know you're not going to slack. You know you're not going to, like, go crazy or, like, drop out. So, like, why are you so worried?
Exactly.
Like, you've done all this work to get here. You're just going to drop it now? Are you serious? Like, why?
Insane.
Why are you thinking like that?
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Tristan, for being on COR Meets World, our first guest of season 2.
I feel so special.
If I do say so myself, this was an amazing episode. You provided so much, like, genuine knowledge, and I just love how you shared your experiences in a way that I think will be so beneficial to a listener. And I just want to thank you so much for being on the pod.
Of
like,
course.
I couldn't have had a better guest to start season 2. And I would love to have you back on at some point.
I would love to. Me and Corey made up that we were doing a podcast. We were out. We were outside.
Yeah.
But I could just tell, like, I needed to be on this podcast because I knew I was going to have so much fun.
It was
like,
a blast.
I just love yapping. I love talking to you. You have so many, like, good things about you that, like, I love to hear about. Like, you ramble in a way that's so entertaining.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's not even a ramble. It's more of like I don't even know what to say.
I'm a yapper.
You're a yapper, but you're meant to have a podcast. It's such an entertaining podcast. Like
Thank
I say,
you so much.
I can quote this guy.
No, literally. She literally quoted me earlier, y'all.
I love Corey. I love Corey. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our first guest of season 2. Stay tuned. Bye, guys.
Bye.